Testing. Okay. Weird. All right. So, you've missed a lot. Let me tell you that. I will go ahead and I will fully inform you of everything that has happened. Okay? Lots has changed, unfortunately. So, the problems I was having with corrupted footage actually accelerated much, much further than that. The HDD actually died. So, yet again, another hard disk that has, actual platter hard disk that, spinning platter hard disk that has failed in my stuff. I can still access it. It's just I can't get everything off of it. I am gonna have to do some work with that. So that's like a good 7 episodes, I'd say, that were ready to be uploaded. And I had uploaded the first one. I'm probably going to get rid of that one too and then start fresh. Now I have this recording to one of my other SSDs, and I have a 1 terabyte NVMe that's going to be here in a couple of days. So everything's going to go back to normal once that gets here. Pardon me. Once that gets here and it gets installed. So got the hiccups just a second. Trying out a zero sugar monster. Tastes okay. Uh, so you've missed a lot of what was supposed to come out. So let's sleep and then we'll go ahead and we will get you all caught up. I'm sorry this happened. It just happened just a little while ago. And now it's happened again. And this time it's a done deal. I can't use that hard drive anymore. So it's going to go to the way of all things. I'm going to do my best to harvest the data off of it, but that is a long drawn out process. So I'm just going to move forward in this. So I'm not sure all of what came out and what didn't, so I'm going to start right here. We got rid of the main base that we had here. That was because I needed to get my farm animals closer, and I needed to get them because I really need leather. I am really at a bottleneck for automation when it comes to leather. So I needed all my farm animals closer so that I can have access to them, and I wanted to kind of centralize my farming. I'll finish this roof eventually, so that's why it looks weird right now. So all of my farming took up this area. I saved all of the oil that was underneath it and put it into tanks that are in here. I've also planted all of the arm trees up there, and I to the north of the base, and I'm going to be planting all of the other interesting trees that I want over here, but most of it's going to be cherry blossoms. As you can see over here, I have some coconut trees, palm trees, and I have some spruce over there. And then in the back, there will be mostly Ars Nouveau, the big, colorful, magical trees. And there's for a very good reason. Whenever I get tired of doing a bunch of technical stuff with a bunch of mods, I go and I build something huge. And that's what this is. I love building towers. I love making circles in Minecraft. It's just something that's challenging for a lot of people, and I like to do it because it's kind of challenging to get all of the dimensions correct. So I made a tower, a big, huge ivory tower. All of this was done in survival, by the way. Everything that you're seeing is done in survival. But there is one thing I had to go into creative with, and we will go ahead and talk about that here in a second. Uh, it was just to figure out something because it was not possible for me to figure it out without creative. So you can see all the stuff that I've been mining, tons and tons of diorite. You can imagine that this box was filled multiple times with how big this is, which is not a problem if you got an atomic disassembler. I'm going to tell you right now, if you are playing Valhelsia 5, get an atomic disassembler as soon as possible. Don't waste your time with diamond pickaxes, all that kind of stuff. You're probably going to need one before you get this, because all you need is refined obsidian to make atomic alloys, and you're going to need the gold and the redstone. So if you have the obsidian and the diamonds involved with making refined obsidian, then you are most likely going to have the gold and redstone that is involved with making this. All you have to do is you take your obsidian dust, you put it uh, into a metallurgic infuser with diamonds, and it creates refined obsidian. You take one of those refined obsidian dusts and you put it into an osmium compressor, and it makes a refined obsidian ingot. And then refined obsidian is also used in producing this piece right here, the atomic alloy. As you can see, it's enriched or refined obsidian over into a reinforced alloy, which is a infused alloy infused with diamond. So it's actually very, very easy to get. Durability on this is simply refilled by electricity, and it has some really cool functions. If you see this, I'm holding shift and I'm scrolling my mouse wheel. How it goes to normal down there in the bottom, it goes to slow, it goes to fast. So normal makes it function as a really, really, really good pickaxe. Fast makes it function even better. And this is a pickaxe, an axe, a shovel. It is everything that you want it to be. So get one of these as soon as possible. Okay? It is going to save you tons of resources. It's going to save you a bunch of headaches. And all you have to do to recharge it is either throw it into a solar generator or a wind generator or an energy cube, whatever thing you got. You just pop it in here and boom, it refills it up to max of a 400 kilo FE. Boom. Easy, easy. That is so good. And if you have energy, well, if you have this stuff, then you obviously have energy. So you don't got to worry about it. You don't got to build a charger or anything like that. All of these things have these slots on them, like this one, where you could just pop it in right here, and it'll refill your atomic disassembler. So get one of those. All right. So the giant tower is for magic stuff. When I decide to get into the magic stuff, I have grinded. Part of the reason I needed leather. I finally am done making bookcases with leather. You can see back here that I have my sugarcane farm for making paper. And I was able to go ahead and get my enchanting going. Other than that, we have the waypoint down here that I put in here. I also have a brewing stand. I haven't done a lot in here yet, but you want your enchanting table set up like this because all of these bookcases increase the level of enchanting that you can do. And then you want a grindstone as well for taking enchants off of stuff. Okay? Then you're going to want all your lapis lazuli over here too. Other than that, we're going to do the Ars Nouveau stuff in here if I ever get around to it. That's why I have a crate with a bunch of Ars Nouveau stuff in it. I also set up the source berries right down here. There's a line over there, right there. And then I have a whole line of source berries going along the front end of this so that I can have everything accessible when I decide to get into the magic stuff. I brought the create stuff up here, which was a hilarious bit of finagling for me to figure out all the gearing that I needed to do. And I am really sad that it did not show up on the videos because it's gone now. And it's pretty disappointing because it's pretty hilarious. So then I made this is another thing that you should do very quickly when you get a chance to in your playthrough, and that is set up a cooking area. This is a cooking pot. It takes 2 bricks, a bucket of water, and a wooden shovel, and some iron. And you can make one of these. You can see that there's 14 beef stews right here. All you do is you take your beef, your carrots, your potato, or whatever recipe you're making. There's many other versions of the stews that are available. And you just put a stack of bowls in here and it will automatically fill them. So am I hungry? Yeah, I'll just show you. Boom, I got a bowl. I take my bowl, I put it right here, and boom. See? Really, really good. The beef stew is really, really good, like an exceptional food in this. You can see up there in the corner that it gave me a buff. Comfort removes and grants immunity to slowness, hunger, and weakness. And what this allows you to do is it gives you tons and tons of food, and it gives you that buff for 3 minutes. So that's really good. The second thing that you want to build in a cooking area is one of these, a millstone. There's multiple different reasons. Obviously, you can get flour from this by adding wheat to it. So let me take a wheat and I'll throw it in here. You throw it in the top, and it will grind up, and it will make wheat flour. Give me my wheat flour. Come on. Oh, I think I can't grab it because I have this. There. Uh, Wheat flour can then be combined with water to make dough. Okay, obviously, we all know what dough is. It's going to make bread or it's going to make other stuff, whatever that is. All right, so the thing that I needed this for was I needed slime. Through this entire playthrough, I have not seen a single slime at all. Everywhere that I've gone, I haven't seen a single slime. So I needed a slime. Well, you take a dough ball, and you mix it with lime green dye that you can get from these, and it makes slime. So I needed two for one of the things I'm about to show you, and that solved the problem for me. But obviously, you could do lots of different things with the millstone, uh, including making food. So there's lots of other approaches that you can take for this millstone. The hard part about the millstone is that you need one of these 90 degrees because it only accepts power from the side. So you have to have a 90-degree bend. You can do that with regular gearing, but it's a little bit more difficult. You can also make a gearbox like I did and then run a couple shafts down to your gear, to your cog, to run that. So make one of those too. This kind of stuff you should do early on, way earlier than I did. All right. We also removed the main base from over there, and you saw where I put the waypoint inside of the tower. I do this because over time it's best if you don't get too attached to what you've built because you'll need to condense. The less running all over the place that you have to do, the less obviously you're going to waste of your jetpack and the more optimal it's going to be, because one of the things that's going to happen is you're going to get into applied energistics, yet another giant chunk that is now missing because of the hard drive failure. So applied energistics, I came to the decision that I would literally have to make a tutorial, like actually just devote the time to making a tutorial for applied energistics if I wanted to have it, because like 3 or 4 of those episodes were just me setting up the basics and then like fumbling through making all this stuff. It was weird. Okay. It was not entertaining. It was not interesting to watch. And that is that. So the only weird thing that I noticed is it doesn't seem like I actually needed this energy acceptor unless it just does its job because it's hooked up to the network. I don't know. Because you could see that FE is hooked up to this applied energistics, which usually uses AE. If you look at the top middle, it says 1.6 kilo AE. For some reason, it just works when it's hooked up to FE cables. So, be that whatever it is. I will quickly explain how to get started in applied energistics. Because I did explain all of this in the other videos, but it's gone now. So, what you're going to want to do is you, of course, go over here and you harvest meteors. Okay? You'll get skystone, you'll get Certus quartz blocks, and you'll get Certus quartz crystals, and Certus quartz dust. Here's the thing that you need to know about that. You go up here, and you see that I have something that says 2 flawless and 4 flawless. This is something I didn't know when you started, or when I started. You started? What am I saying? When I started. Do not mine flawless Certus quartz blocks unless you have silk touch. Okay, so every time you break down a Certus quartz block, every single time, it will turn into a regular Certus quartz block. Okay? Then you have to upgrade it. Okay, so let's pop this one off. We'll grab some Certus quartz. We'll just we'll harvest it. We're down here right now. So if there's any that are fully done, we'll go ahead and yeah, this one's fully done. Boom. Is there any other ones? No. So if you break these when they're not full, you'll get Certus quartz dust. See? You have to wait until they're fully grown to get a Certus Quartz crystal. So how do you upgrade your Certus Quartz blocks? Because that's all you're going to get. You're just going to get this Certus Quartz block when you do this. When you go and you mine up Certus Quartz. Okay? The Certus Quartz block can be thrown into water with a charged Certus Quartz. Okay, so you're going to want a little pit like this. You take a single Certus Quartz like this, and you pop it into this thing called the charger. That charges your Certus Quartz, like you just saw, and turns it into charged Certus Quartz crystal. You throw a charged Certus Quartz crystal and a Certus Quartz block into the water, and boom, it upgrades it once. Okay? So, let's type this in here. Certus Quartz. All right. Now I have a damaged budding Certus Quartz, right? Well, that's one step up from a Certus Quartz block. You can upgrade it to a flawed budding Certus Quartz. You cannot craft, as far as I know, a flawless budding Certus Quartz. So make sure you have a pickaxe with Silk Touch on it when you go back to those meteors to get Certus Quartz, to get the flawless Certus Quartz block. Flawless budding Certus Quartz block. Because you can't craft them, as far as I know. So make sure to do that, because you don't want to be wasting your stuff. And you, like I did originally, because I didn't know that, and I would just go and mine them all because I thought I was getting them. And then eventually I realized, I did some research, and I found out that that's not how it is. And that's all you really need to know about the beginning stages. You know, things like making the drive, all of this kind of stuff. This is basic Minecraft stuff. You just need to take certain items, you need to get certain resources, build, set up things, all of that kind of stuff. So to get started, you want to have a charger, you want to have an energy acceptor if it's actually necessary, and you want an inscriber. The inscriber is what used the two pistons that I said, the two sticky pistons. So remember the flour trick. Turn it into dough and then add lime dye to it. It becomes a slime ball. If you don't have access to slimes like I did. The inscriber uses a bunch of crazy stuff. So like inscriber calculation presses, all this kind of stuff. You use these to press out silicone or gold, and then you combine them with. We'll do one. Why not? Let's make a. Let's make a. What was gold? Gold was a logic. So we'll take a logic press. We'll take a gold. And then we'll take, here's one right here. But we'll take a redstone. And we'll take a silicone, which I don't have right now. That's fine, though. We don't got to worry about that because all we do is we cook it up. Unfortunately, it's upstairs. I have a Certus quartz dust. Okay. You take a Certus quartz dust. You cook it up in whatever you got, whether it be an energized smelter, like, or a basic smelting, or whatever you have, furnace, anything, and it'll turn it into a silicone. Okay, so there we got a silicone. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to the inscriber. I actually need the silicone press. Where are you? You're right here. Silicone press. Boom. We're going to open this up. And we will first do the silicone. So silicone inscriber silicone press, sorry. And we'll pop it in there and it'll create our little thing here. Now it's made a printed silicone. Boom. We take our inscriber logic press and we put a gold in here. And it's going to craft. All of this is told to you in the JEI menu, okay? Printed extract board. We're going to take that back out. And what we're going to do is we are going to put this one in here, and a redstone in between it. And boom, we've got a logic processor. Pretty much everything that's going on in applied energistics uses this kind of a setup where you're going to be building things like logic processors, and you're going to be building formation cores, like this kind of stuff, annihilation core, formation cores, for storage and stuff. Wait, I wanted to go R on that. See, logic processor, fluix dust, and nether quartz. The way you make fluix dust. How was fluix dust made? I don't. I don't remember. Hold on. Ah, fluix dust. So you can take a fluix crystal and put it into an inscriber alone, and it will create a fluix dust. But fluix crystal. Ah, that's what it is. So a charged Certus quartz, I showed you how to make that. A nether quartz, showed you how to make that, and a redstone. Or I showed you where you go to the nether to get that. And redstone, you throw it into water just like I did with the charged Certus quartz in the blocks, and you'll get fluix crystals. So there you go. Now let's put all this stuff back in here. We'll put our Certus quartz in here. That's what led to me making the drive here that you see, the ME drive, and the little storage cell that's in it. Over time, what's going to happen, and how I made this ME crafting terminal. Over time, what's going to happen is I will have enough drives and enough space to pretty much get rid of every single chest on this entire thing. So I won't have chests out here at all. Everything will be fed into here, and then I will just have ME crafting terminals dispersed in the places where I'm going to be. This is part of the reason that you want to condense. Okay? I have one more trick to go ahead and show you, and that is to get netherite scrap. Okay? Netherite scrap looks like this. We'll get up here and we'll hop in here. Netherite scrap looks like this. It comes from something in the nether, obviously, called ancient debris. All right? Now, you are going to be wandering around in the nether for a very, very long time, searching in between 13 and 15 in the y-axis, so really deep down in the nether for a very long time, because you can see over here at what, 15, 14, what is it, 13? Something gives you 2. Yeah, 13.02% spawn rate. Okay? Don't do that. What you do is you go to the nether and you get 1 ancient debris. Okay? You're going to put your ancient debris out, and then you'll click on it with your dictionary. Okay? A dictionary is a thing that you make for Mechanism. It's this thing right here. You hold it in your inventory, and you hold it in your hand, and you click a block, and it will tell you all of the information about that block. What you're going to learn is that its tag in this mod pack is, as you can see, it's already here. The tag is forge:/ores/netherite_scrap. So obviously you could use this information yourself that I just showed you, or you can do the process that I just told you with the dictionary. What this is going to allow you to do is you take your digital miner, you pick it up. So just hit it with a atomic disassembler, pick it up. You're going to grab a piece of wire, and you're going to grab one of your energy cubes, and then head into the nether and go down to around 15 on the y-axis. We'll head in there. I'm going to try to get this done at 30 minutes. So we are pretty much gone over most of it. Actually, right before we do that, I will go ahead and I will tell you how I finally got this diesel generator to work. This was a nightmare. Okay? This is the reason I needed creative. I was about to just destroy my diesel generator and tell everybody that it doesn't work. Because when you go online, the forums and stuff will tell you that immersive engineering does not work with Mechanism. Okay? But it does. Here's the key to getting your diesel generator to work. All right? There's no conversion block. There's nothing like that. Here's the entire thing. Even though all industrial engineering stuff works with Mechanism, even piping the biodiesel from the refinery into the tank, okay, works with Mechanism stuff, you must switch to immersive engineering on the other side. You must use fluid pipes. You must use the immersive engineering pump. None of the other ones work, okay? None of them will actually deliver biodiesel to the diesel generator. Okay? And that's not all. I'm really glancing over this. This seriously tilted me. I was pissed because I thought that this was not going to work and that I wasted all of that time preparing the biodiesel and making all the videos and doing all that stuff. I was livid. But use the immersive engineering pipes, the immersive engineering pump from the other side of the tank, and use immersive engineering's connectors and their wire to connect it to either your input on your mechanism cable, like this, or directly to an energy cube. Then you can have the diesel generator work for you. It's not true that it does not work. And I can tell you right now, you could go and look online right now and you will find the same posts that I did that were talking about how immersive engineering power cannot be converted into mechanism power. All right, there you go. This was a huge deal for me. Like, I don't go into creative for just any old reason. I had to test a bunch of different stuff to find out all of these problems to make this happen. Now, final thing, why is the diesel generator on the roof? It's because even me with a full bar of armor right here, if I walk into this, I'll die. It will one-shot me. So, keep that in mind. I decided that it would be much safer to run fluid pipes all across the base and only have this very short wire right here. Instead, because I use a jetpack for pretty much going everywhere. So, shorter the wire, less chance I'm just going to immediately get one shot. So, there you go. That was a massive undertaking for me to figure out how to get that to work. So, Y15, I know I'm jumping back and forth, but Y15 in the nether is down quite a ways. You'll see I've got, let me kill this burning real quick, or burned, whatever he's called. There we go. Thanks, man. I do want their rotten meat. These guys aren't mad at me. I haven't hit them, so. Okay. Oh, and you'll need glowstone, by the way, as well, for the stuff you do in applied energistics. So make sure when you come in here to grab nether quartz crystals and glowstone. So what you're going to do is pay attention to the bottom of my mini-map, where you see it's going 75, 74, 73. And you'll see that I come down here. I come all the way down the second pit that I made, the second stairwell-ish type thing. And you're going to see that it's going to level out once I'm down here. See, 18, 17, 15. I'm at 15. So I was strip mining to find a single ancient debris. All right. Then I went ahead and I just blew out an area after I had the ancient debris and I knew what the tag was. Blow out an area just big enough to house your digital miner and your digital miner, your cable, and your energy cube. Okay? Then you hook it up, you set up the tag, and let it mine everything that's in that area. Let it mine, well, specifically all the ancient debris that's inside of its radius. My digital miner has a radius of 32. So then you go 32 more blocks or 64 more blocks. You just go a ways away from where you just were at the same level of 15, and you do it again. Do it again and again and again, and eventually you're going to have all of the ancient debris that you need to get a whole bunch of netherite scrap. So the last thing I want to tell you on that before we wrap this video up and we continue on later with more, because it's going to be like 2 days, 3 days, 2 days till I get my NVMe drive that I'm going to be using for recording. Once I do that, no. Okay, I remember what I was talking about. All right. You want to put your ancient debris into your enrichment chamber. Okay? So those of you who've been watching this video for a long time, you already know what it is, but I will go over and look at it just to make sure that everybody understands. You take your ancient debris that you've now gained a whole bunch of from your digital miner, all the way back over here, You set your digital miner back up out in the overworld the way that it's supposed to be, and you put your ancient debris into your enrichment chamber, and it turns your ancient debris into netherite scraps. So, as a summary, always back up everything that you do. First off, don't be like me. And B, I think we're past the point of having faith in regular, at least for me, I'm past the point in having any faith in spinning disk drives. Okay? Like in RL, not here, not like applied energistics, like spinning disk drives. I have had so many things that have been lost forever to hard drive failures. Back when I first started playing Minecraft, I made lots and lots and lots of adventure maps. Adventure maps that I spent easily years on, year plus on, and they're gone because of hard drive failures. Okay? Obviously, you should use things like cloud backups, cloud storage, and stuff like that. For some reason, I don't really trust that. I find that weird to me to store your own personal stuff on a cloud storage device. That's probably me being an old timer. I like to have all of my stuff on my own hardware. So, be it whatever, be it what it is. Don't be like me. Have extra backups. Make sure that you upload all, if you're making videos, upload them immediately after you record them to YouTube. So, anywho, I won. I won $50 on a scratch ticket. So I was like, hey, you know what? This came at a perfect time. I'm just going to go ahead and order a brand new 1 terabyte NVMe. So thanks to the winnings off of a scratch ticket, I got a new hard drive on the way. So it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Yes, we will be back to our regularly scheduled Minecraft shenanigans here in just a couple of days. And thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Every single one of you who helps out the channel, donates, comes, watches, comments, anything like that. You're awesome, and I really appreciate it. So, peace. I'll see you guys on the next one.